Just
I'm
like
going to be whistling that all effing night now.
the ones I used to know. Yeah. Thank you.
Peace.
What's going on?
We're up tonight.
We're up tonight. That sounds sexy.
Yeah, they took a trip this week. So,
Oh,
yeah.
did they?
Yeah, I've been replaying Doc Thompson shows in the morning.
Oh. All right. We are comparing apples to apples and coconuts to coconuts. All right, I'm getting there. Bam. Now what? What up, Linda? What up, Mary? Ooh, that AC feels great. Blowing on me, bro.
It does feel good. It's freaking hot outside. What is it showing right now?
God.
100 plus.
Wow.
Hey, Sarah.
No, you ain't talking. You mind your own business.
Say hey, Siri. 1 minute.
What up, Audrey? What up, Erica? What up, Lucky Smith? Linda says, hey, hey, hey.
Donna, thank you for sharing.
Who?
Donna Renee Ivy.
What up, Donna?
Audrey, hey, humans and cosmic cousins.
See, I don't have the Facebook comments. Oh, yeah, no pineapple on pizza, bitches. Oh,
my God.
Don't touch me.
All right, here we go.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we got some good stuff tonight.
What are we talking about?
Georgia Guidestones.
Oh,
and
shit.
Maybe even a little bit of Egypt. How's that?
It's the Grand Conspiracy.
Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. PrepareWithMojo50.com. If you want to keep food on the table, if you just want to maintain some sense of normalcy, PrepareWithMojo50.com is the answer. PrepareWithMojo50.com.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
If society deems it abnormal, it may be more real
It's probably abnormal.
than you think. This is Abnormal Realities with Brother Filippio and Brother El Stuccio. How you doing? What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night right here at abnormalrealities.com. And, of course, Odyssey Radio, ODYSY, OdysseyRadio.com.
You know, we have an app for Odyssey Radio.
Dude, you know what? And I'm about ready to start fighting some people.
Yeah, we do have an app, folks, for Odyssey Radio. You can just download the app from the App Store, the Apple App Store, or the Google Play Store, or whatever they're calling the Android store now. Because I think Google Play is going away. They're going to call it something different. Anyhow, we do have an app on both of those stores. You can go download it. It's just search for Odyssey Radio, ODYSY. And one of the things on the app is the shout out. And we do get a few shout outs periodically, but not near enough. Just go on there, hit the button, and just give us some feedback. We'd love to have it, and maybe we'll play it on the air. So,
yeah, we don't want white noise, please. And that's cool.
we get a lot of people that just listen to their car radio.
Yeah, we had one guy. He's like 93.7, the Fox. I'm like, all right, bro, Derek, you got it. 93.7, the Fox.
No idea where he was calling in from because it doesn't tell us unless they say. Rocky dialed it one time. I think you said you put from Russia.
Yep, big balls or something.
Yeah. Nice.
El Senor, El Big Balls.
What you been up to this week?
I've been working out. I started working out.
Good. You got another show thing going. Let's talk about that.
Spiritually, I started working out.
Did you?
Yes.
In my mind, I work out every day.
I'm going to tell you something, man. I don't know if I'm manifesting this. I don't know what the hell is going on, but there's some weird shit going on at the El Casa, bro.
Okay, define that. What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know. I was in the garage the other night. Lisa and I were sitting out there in the lawn chairs. Dude, I swear, You know, when you know something and you stand in your conviction and nobody believes you, I'm a victim.
Did y'all do that at home in Minnesota, by the way?
What?
Sit out in the garage with the garage door open?
Always.
Did
Well,
you?
dude, in New
Because you
York,
can do it up there. Down here, it's hot.
dude,
When I
up
came to
north,
the house the other day, y'all were sitting out there. I'm like, how the hell can they sit outside?
it's a way of life, brother. During the wintertime, we have little heaters.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing. In New York, you don't put your cars in our neighborhood. You didn't put your cars in the garage. Swear to God, you didn't put your cars in the garage.
I don't think my cars have ever been in my
Right.
garage.
They have special screen doors, and I think I've seen some down here that perfectly fit over your garage door.
Yes, that you can just pull down.
Yep.
Yep.
And it becomes another living space. It
Yeah.
becomes another family room. Neighbors come over and you guys get annoyed because you didn't want freaking Tony from across the street to come over. You tried going in the backyard so he wouldn't see you. But
There's a lot
you know,
of drinking and smoking going on.
yeah, a lot of shit talking. A lot of Italians were in that neighborhood. It was a really cool thing. We lived next door to Paula Capone. Got her head set on fire. It was a pretty cool story.
She got her head set on fire.
Yeah.
You've told this story before.
Yeah, they taped her down to a tree stump
Because of her last name?
because she's the niece.
Oh, she's the niece.
Yep, she's bloodline, man. So it was a little message. You know what I'm saying? It was a little freaking message, and it's weird because just with the understanding, it's weird because I don't feel emotion towards that.
Yeah.
And that's probably not good, right? Is that not good? Do I need to get help
You don't feel emotion towards what?
about that?
About Al Capone?
No,
Oh, about her catching her hair on fire?
try not saying it, but you know,
Oh, yeah. Wow.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, no, it's cool because I love the crisp air and to sit out in the garage, flannel shirt. It's a good feeling. It really is. But what were we saying? What was the reason we talked about the? Oh, because you came over and spirits in my house. So we're sitting out in the garage the other night, and I saw out of my peripheral vision because I was facing to where my one side was facing the garage door and my
Okay.
right side was facing the door to get in the house.
Okay.
Okay. I saw somebody open the door like they were coming out, and you know, lots of times when Lisa and I talk, the boys don't interrupt it. They just, if we're having a big person conversation. And so I just assumed that it was
One of them had come out.
I
and
thought it was
sat
Dominic.
down. Yeah.
I thought specific because Dominic had a black shirt
Yeah.
on. I saw the door open. I saw somebody stick their head out, and then I literally saw the door close, and I heard the handle. You know, like they turned the handle and just kind of went like that. Didn't want to disturb it. And so I even yelled. I was like, hey, because we weren't discussing personal stuff or anything. So I yelled for whoever it was to come out and hang out. And Lisa's like, what are you doing? I go, what do you mean, what am I doing? She says, who are you yelling at? I says, whoever it was who just tried coming out in the garage. And she goes, nobody. And then we got this big thing. I'm like, I swear I saw it. So then I go up to bed and
Same night.
same night.
Okay.
And there's a little step ladder. You know, Lisa's 5 foot. And so in
Dude,
order,
your bed literally is this high off the ground.
it is.
It
It
is.
is. Yep. I
It happens
actually,
to be where his studio is. It's not because I've been in his bed.
yeah, yes. I use a rope to get up in my bed. It's 3 things and then you swing. It's pretty cool, but that's not why I got the rope. Because Lisa being 5 foot tall, I'm so glad you caught that.
Oh, I caught it. If I don't look at them, then some of them don't catch it.
She can't reach the upper shelf, right? I think it's kind of cute that you can't.
The upper shelf of what?
Of the closet where
Oh,
her,
okay. Yeah,
her
that makes
shirts are
sense.
at.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I see her all up on her tiptoes and shit. And I'm like, but pop down. Oh, what are you doing? And I watch her for like 8 minutes. But she has a step ladder in there. It's 2 steps. You know what I'm
Okay.
talking about? Like
Yeah.
a kitchen one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, you know, sometimes you get off and you kind of clank it, you know, like the step kind of moves, and because it's jointed, it kind of makes the little
Yeah.
metal on metal
I know what
sound.
you mean.
Well, that's what it did. I heard it clearly. I'm not losing my mind, right? I heard it clearly.
Where
And
were you at this
I
time?
was in the bedroom by myself.
Okay.
And it's weird because I thought it
Or
was,
at least you thought you were.
at least I thought it was, you know, I keep thinking it's psychosomatic. I think just because I focus on this stuff a lot that I kind of, my imagination gets the best out of me. I joke around about going in my room and getting freaked out.
Yep.
Just last night, I go in the room. I had to get to the center of the room in order for me to pull the light on because the fan was turning. For me to go in my room, shut the door in darkness, and go to the ceiling fan rushed me out. I felt uncomfortable. So I don't know why I'm feeling like that, right? So I heard that noise, and now I'm kind of like questioning my sanity, whether I heard it or not. So I'm like, I'm going to go have a smoke.
Okay.
And so I start going downstairs, and I swear to God, dude, man, I don't even know what to say anymore, but I felt literally like somebody was following me.
Down the stairs.
All the way to the back door.
Really?
All the way. And then all the lights downstairs just happen to be out that night, and it's never like that.
I know you don't like it dark.
I hate the dark.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we always keep lights on, just in case somebody tries to break in and there's action. We need to see shit. You know what I'm saying? We have plans.
That's right. And dark is where evil lives. I get you.
It is.
Yeah.
And so it just happened to me that one night, all the lights were off, and I'm walking to the back door in complete darkness, trying to get through the kitchen.
I can't believe you didn't turn all the lights on as you walked
I don't know
through.
what I was thinking, because my mind honestly was focused on feeling like something was following me.
Yeah.
And it was weird because I was feeling afraid, and I was feeling something was following me. And there was 3 different opportunities for me
to
just
turn around and look.
flip a switch. And I didn't. And that's the weirdest part, is why didn't I do that?
But did you turn around to look?
I absolutely turned around to look, but I knew it was spiritual.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have been able to turn around and look.
I was joking with Lisa. I told her about it.
I'm like, if it's going to hit me, it's going to hit me.
I mean, I was sitting outside, literally just sitting there. I didn't even open my phone, and I was just sitting there like, it's honestly, you question this stuff, because it's just like, okay, am I manifesting this because that's real? Am I bringing this here because that's real? Is it just psychological and I think it is, and I'm automatically jumping to conclusions because that's real?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what it is right now, and why is it only me right now? Every once in a while, the boys at least will have a story of something weird, but I'm experiencing this shit all the time, and I don't like it, right? So I'm outside, I'm smoking, and I'm sitting here like I'm getting ready to get into a freaking scrapper just to go back into my house, into the dark downstairs, how I'm going to fight to get to the stairs, get up those damn stairs and to my room. That's what I'm thinking of. That's not good. That's not good.
Now,
That's your home.
When she came outside, did she turn the lights on?
No, she didn't come outside. She was already sleeping.
Oh, you were out by yourself. Okay,
was
I
late
thought you
at
said
night.
she was outside with you. Okay.
No, but we keep the light on because, we have some people that like to take things in our neighborhood.
The back porch light?
Yeah, I keep both of them on. But so I mean, I'm outside completely rearranging my thought process and my mindset, and I'm shedding, or I'm shaking, or I'm fighting to get rid of this anxiety that this was created over this, because I'm sitting here challenging if I'm manifesting this, and if I'm manifesting that, then I'm trying to change my thought process to manifest the opposite, light and good and happy and all that stuff. So when I walk in, I literally, in my mind, just exploded my house with this light and this positive energy. And I created this huge bubble around me that it was just destroying anything in my path, spiritually or bad or negative energy. And I did that all the way up to my freaking room. I told Lisa, she goes, well, what'd you do? I says, I came in the house and in my mind, I made the house explode with white light. It sounds weird, but if that's how I have to maneuver my thought process to not feel intimidated in my own house, I don't care if you think it's real or if you think it's fake. That's what I had to do to either, one, psychologically cope with me psychologically manifesting a false reality, or two, dealing with a possible thing that is in my home, trying to harass and stress me out and finds pleasure and enjoyment of my anxiety. So I need to change my mindset. Don't make me go full spiritual ninja, because I got some shit, man.
You got some shit. Now, nothing like that exciting happened to me this week. So there's that.
You got cool lights on your truck.
I got cool lights on my truck. I put some lights on the truck. And I finished watching, was it last Friday that the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things came out? So we watched that last Friday. That was pretty cool. I finally got caught up on that. I hadn't watched it. You haven't obviously watched it, but
no.
Yeah, it's this is the end of the 4th season. Stranger Things is pretty cool. I didn't watch it for years people kept going, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. If you're into this paranormal stuff, you got to watch this. So I finally sat down about 2 weeks ago and started from the beginning and watching. I got hooked on it.
Okay, so I just clicked back onto YouTube and Lisa said, yes, it's real.
What's that?
I'm assuming by just seeing that comment, what's there in the house.
Oh, shit.
Well, so dude, she told me, and maybe she shouldn't have because it kind of freaks me out about this.
The thing in the corner?
Oh,
Come on. She talked about it on the show a couple of weeks ago.
She's probably going to be so mad that I'm saying this. I think most people understand that she kind of stays away from the paranormal stuff. And
yeah, but it comes to her.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And so the 2 times she's ever come with me, we've talked about it. She's had very bad experiences. One was a vicious scratch attack. And then the other one, she was debilitated for 7, 8, 9 days. Literally down for the freaking count. She talks about, so that's why she don't come with me. But no, she talks about what she sees sometimes, and she tries to keep it. And I can always look at her, and I can tell when she's starting to go there, because I'm like, oh, shit. And she don't like it because it drains. And any good, real person that has abilities like that, it is draining because you're absorbing probably the emotions of that thing too,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's probably why she don't like it. But she keeps seeing this, and she's saying the creeper. That's what she calls. Thank you.
She called it the creeper.
Appreciate
She's
it.
talked about it before when I've been over.
Yeah.
It sits in the corner of your bedroom, up
I
in the
think
top
in
corner.
the ceiling. Yeah, I think in the ceiling. And
Didn't she say it's funky and it has teeth?
she said it has teeth, and that's the part that really messed me up, right? Because there's
But
things that get me.
But it doesn't bother you. I mean, it doesn't come attack you or anything.
I don't know.
It just sits there and looks at you.
That's the problem. It's stalking me. I don't know. I'm waiting for her to say something. Yeah, above the door, she said. I don't know what the purpose is. Why
Above
it's
the
in
door,
that room.
meaning you can't get out of his room without walking under.
So
it.
it's like it stands guard. And she says that it has this.
I'd
What
be
is that
sleeping
one?
in the damn garage?
How did she explain it? She explained it towards that one. It's like a animated, and it's a creepy stick thing with a big round Halloween, kind of a haunted movie cartoony thing with a big round head.
The scarecrow kind of.
But yeah, it's a weird looking thing. And she said it kind of looks like that. And she said all the teeth are like shark teeth. They're just all jagged. And I didn't like that because I instantly visualized everything in the corner. I was thinking of like those poltergeist movies where this woman is walking backwards.
It reminds me the way you described it of like Jack Skellington or like a Slender Man.
Slender Man. I don't even know what Slender Man looks like.
Real thin.
No, I know what he
freaky
is,
looking,
but
yeah.
I don't. Does he have an image?
Yeah.
He does have an
Yeah,
image.
let me see.
Is it like
So-
a sock over their head?
I'll see if I can find. Let's see if I can find.
I did a little research on the Slender Man. Yeah, so I don't know.
So this is Jack Skellington. Let's see. It's that little guy right there. That's what I thought.
That's what Lisa said it kind of looks like, with teeth, like jagged teeth. But yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
there-
Things are going weird. Things
There
are.
he is.
Yep.
That kind of
Yeah.
freaking weird thing.
Yeah, you don't need to
But
even pull
then,
that up. That's cool.
Let's see.
And that's it. That's where I'm challenged with it. So yeah, I don't know. I tried talking smack one time, and Lisa was in the bed. She was over there. I don't know. She was eating like her Skittles or something.
See the Slender Man. He's got like
I
arms.
would whip his ass.
No.
Big old long ass arms.
Mm-hmm. Tentacle arms.
If I was in the woods and I saw that thing,
Nope.
10-foot long creature wearing a black suit with
Hell no.
arms down to the ground,
No.
I'm fighting. I'm fighting.
And folks,
So-
we will get to the Georgia Guidestones. We probably won't do it till after the break, but we'll get there. Bear with us. This is so much more interesting to me. So
Well, it's weird. It's weird. So that's why I've been, I got to take baths.
why? What's as opposed to a shower?
To salt.
Oh, the
Cleanse myself.
salt.
Yep.
Okay.
To salt. Soak in the salt. Some people put salt in the front door. Some people put crystals in the corner of the yard. Actually,
What does salt do for you?
Lisa, it cleanses you.
Is it like Epsom,
And
Epsom
people,
salt?
yeah, it's Epsom
Okay.
salt. Like a lot of people, a lot of it, like the Romanians, a lot of people are very superstitious. So they say, like, if you have salt and you created a circle and you were standing in the salt, then that circle protects you.
There's I've seen a movie or a TV show that had that.
They've done pentagrams with salt.
Pentagrams.
So I believe, I think it's like a conductor type of thing, and I don't know really the science behind it, but that's what they use. So I take a bath in it. But honestly, though, we were just really talking about this because Lisa does it too. When I take a shower, visualization is just about everything. Mm-hmm. We talk about curses, we talk about prayer, we talk about magic. Everybody sits there and they manifest in their thoughts something to become real, right? However you choose to do it to get to that conclusion is kind of, to me, personally speaking, irrelevant. So I can go into the shower and manifest that water coming out of that nozzle is just powerful, rare water that any bad negative energy you have on your body,
it's washing
it off. And you literally create that to be real, and you visualize it, and you visualize the water just rinsing just the bullshit off you. And literally that is a legitimate way to clear yourself, right? So maybe one day I'll have you take the shower and I'll do a video and we can kind of get people instructions, a demonstration.
No. More people would want to see you in the shower than me.
Lisa got a back scratcher thingy for the shower and it rips my back apart. I don't know if I like it.
Oh, it's like a loofah? I mean, a sponge, kind of a... Missy has one that's got freaking like this...
A loofah?
Hard sponge. It looks like a sponge, but it's real.
Oh, man.
Hard.
I think it's almost borderline. It's almost comparable to waterboarding.
No.
Yeah, it's torture. Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
No.
You are welcome.
No. Yeah, so the Georgia Guidestones, folks, a lot of stuff's been going on about those. We're going to talk about them.
Yep.
We're going to discuss what they are and what's happened over this past week. And there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions about the Georgia Guidestones.
It blows my mind.
Just like pineapple on pizza. I don't get it. Pineapple belongs on pizza. You eat pineapple on pizza. I don't understand. Unless you've had pineapple for pizza or pineapple on pizza, you don't know.
Really, Ron?
Do you not like pineapple on pizza? Have you ever tried it?
Oh.
Have you ever tried it?
I'm done. I'm done with the conversation. I'm done with the conversation.
Well, it's got to be pineapple and like Canadian bacon. You can't just put pineapple on anything.
No, you don't.
Pineapple and Canadian bacon.
No, you don't. Go on and put it on Pizza Hut and put it on Domino's. Go on and put pineapple on those pizzas.
I'll bring some pineapple and put it on your mom's pizza when she makes me one. What will she do?
Oh, this shit's going to get real here in about 2 seconds. Okay. He's talking about my mom.
I want you to try some
pizza.
He
said, I'm going to go put pineapple on your mom's pizza,
on it,
bitch.
On the show. On the show. You going to do it? Try some pineapple pizza on the show?
I've had it before.
Have you really?
No, well, I smelt it.
Okay. If you haven't tasted pineapple on pizza, then you don't know how good it is. You can always...
Okay, babe.
Right.
Lisa goes, Ron, you are talking about someone who only eats vanilla ice cream.
I'm sorry, what?
I love vanilla ice cream. New York vanilla.
No, I get that.
So, I mean, it does say
but
New
you don't
York
eat chocolate or Neapolitan or cookies and cream ice cream? It's only vanilla?
Maybe sherbet sometimes, but sherbet makes me poop.
Sherbet makes me poop. So I'm not even...
So I have to, it's like drinking. You have to be prepared for the next day. So when I know I'm tearing up some sherbet, I am eating a whole quart.
Yeah, but y'all used to have a Freddy's up there, didn't you?
No. And then I microwave it for a minute before I start eating it.
You had a Freddy's up there?
No, we didn't. I don't even know what Freddy's is.
It's the ice cream burger joint.
Only vanilla.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I had never even heard of Freddy's.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Let's see. I'm looking to see what
I literally had no idea the different views. We have talked about the Georgia Guidestones for a long time.
Erica says, do not fruit the pizza or the beer.
That's a problem with society. Look at all these microbrews and people are drinking like beer that tastes like roses.
Linda says, gross, Ron. Nice.
Oh, yes. His ice cream. Yeah, my ice cream is soup.
Do you stir it up till it gets soupy?
No.
Oh.
I let it naturally liquefy at the bottom. So I kind of slowly take the mountains down, because the outside surface is liquefied, but the center is still kind of put together.
It is.
It's magical shit, bro. It's magical shit. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever put that hard chocolate topping on it?
No, I don't. It gets in the way. And on my dinner plate, my food cannot touch.
Okay, there's a lot of people that can't do that.
Ain't touching.
That's a spiritual thing, I think.
A spiritual thing?
In your belly, it all mixes together. At least that's what my grandfather used to say.
In your belly. All right. No, it's really weird. The difference of opinions. And there are some people like literally going toe to toe in regards to the Georgia Guidestones. And, we've talked about it in the past. We've had people on the show. We've talked exclusively about it.
Yep.
And I thought it was just kind of one of the mystery things. And we just kind of speculate and put together what we think.
A lot of people think it's like satanic in and of itself.
Of course they do.
Yeah. I mean,
we're talking about
but honestly, these things were a big deal for a little while. And we'll talk about why when we get back from the break. But I'm going to tell you, they are no more. You know what I'm saying? They are no more as of today.
Georgia Guidestones going to the light. Go into the light. Hey, folks.
AbnormalRealities.com.
Boom.
InsaneCustomTumblers.com.
Boom.
OdysseyRadio.com.
Boom.
And RomikaDesigns.com.
And check this out.
We'll be back in 2 minutes. Stick around. At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Do you have fewer than 3 bowel movements a week? Are your stools dry, hard, and or lumpy? Your stools are difficult or painful to pass? Do you have stomach aches and maybe stomach cramps? Do you feel bloated and nauseous? Do you feel that you haven't completely emptied your bowels after a movement? Well, if that's the case, then the chances are pretty good you are dehydrated. So what you need to do is go to www.insanecustomtumblers.com. We have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of images that you can purchase for your personalized tumbler today. If you're looking for a custom design, we can help you with that. Insane Custom Tumblers is the one-stop shop for you. Once again, go to insanecustomtumblers.com. Again, that is insanecustomtumblers.com. Use code INSANE20 for a 20% discount today. InsaneCustomTumblers.com. Poop well, my friends. Poop well.
Welcome back to Abnormal Realities, folks. I'm Ron Phillips. That's Rocky Stucci.
How you doing?
And what was it you said that Wendy's Frosties were?
The G-spot of ice cream. Oh, you're getting all descriptive. It was I was listening to
Wendy's Frosties,
vocal porn about ice cream during the break.
He was a little bit because
he was talking about the rim.
If you get the Wendy's Frosty and you just let it sit for a little bit, then it becomes liquefied around the rim, and you just use your spoon and go around it all the way down, dude. I love the Wendy's Frosties.
Wait, what do you do?
That?
You go around. Yeah,
it
automatically melts around the rim.
Yeah.
You go on from the outside with your spoon.
I know what you're going for. You're a freak. Okay.
I wasn't actually for the first time in existence of human possibility.
Yeah, human possibility.
Dude, you realize that all the information and everything we know at this very second always existed?
Yeah.
Before we even existed?
Yep. And the stuff we don't know exists now too.
But where is it?
Crazy, right?
And there's things that still exist that we don't know exist because we haven't figured out it existed because we haven't somehow downloaded that information from the universe yet.
Speaking of time travel, I'm a huge sci-fi time travel freak. I love time travel shows, movies. I watched one today, the newest episode of The Orville, Seth MacFarlane's Star Trek Takeoff. Freaking greatness. If you guys know of a time travel movie, even those obscure ones, let me know because I love them. Speaking of which, this, ladies and gentlemen, is what the Georgia Guidestones used to be. So if you don't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, the story goes that they're a roadside attraction, not necessarily a destination in and of themselves. They are a far drive from Atlanta. They are in Georgia. They call it the American Stonehenge. And about a week ago, there was an explosion. Somebody decided it was time to take these down.
Okay, I'm just
They
before
caught this. Look at the ground there.
I know it. I just want to say this. I am already challenged with what you said. And now, folks, this is just a conversation because I didn't realize the variety of opinions, and I didn't realize there are so many people that actually looked at these as some kind of a demonic type of structure.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. But the fact that they compared something like this to Stonehenge, I think is probably not a good comparison.
Probably not a good comparison. But then as of today, this is what the Georgia Guidestones looks like. They decided for safety reasons after the explosion that they would just go ahead and take them down. Now, we haven't heard who put these up.
Timeline was a great movie, Roberts. It was. Did you saw it, right?
Timeline?
I watched it like 4 times.
Yeah.
Would you do that? Go back to like, what was it, 1100 or something, whatever time era that was?
See, I got to go back and see if I've watched it.
Great
I've watched
movie, dude.
so many of them.
Dude, great movie.
It's called Timeline?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go back and see. Since the Guidestones were erected, the Georgia Guidestones have been the center of several stories from conspiracy theorists and more. Typically called a cross between Stonehenge and the Rosetta Stone. No one knows the exact purpose of the granite monument. They are a little freaky and a lot weird, but there is no denying their artistic prowess. Here are 10 interesting facts that showcase their strangeness. Fact number 1.
Number 1 fact, Georgia Guidestones, Ron Phillips bringing it to you right now.
Here you go. Multilingual guidelines. So I think the guidelines that they post, somebody engraved them in the stone.
Yeah.
They were in 8 different languages. It says it's a set of 10 guidelines are inscribed on the structure in 8 languages, and a shorter message is inscribed at the top of the structure in 4 ancient language scripts.
I was just going to say that.
Babylonian, Classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Oh.
These guidelines are meant to be a guidestone to, quote, an age of reason. And let's see, what were the 10? Let me see, I've got it.
You know, there again, reason to whose standard, though? It's kind of like, you have one part of society that has their age of reason, and it's reasonable to them, and it's not reasonable to me.
I mean, honestly, I want to know who put these there. And do they know that yet? Maybe this story will tell us. It said on each side of the stones, the word, let these be guidestones to an age of reason.
Ted Turner sponsored it.
Is etched in 8 languages, along with its cryptic instructions for rebuilding the world. Here are those 10 instructions. Number 1, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproduction wisely.
The 500 million part, that's barely anybody on this planet. We have 7
Barely. We have
billion.
7 billion plus, almost 8 now.
So you're not even talking a tenth of a billion.
Correct.
So what? Everybody gets enough land that equals the size of a freaking state, and that's how you sustain a culture? Who determines that? Because, you can fit every human being on this planet right now in the state of Florida.
True.
So I don't understand that number or how they come up with that number. And we have food if we're allowed to grow it.
True. Yeah. Number 2, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Number 3, unite humanity with a living new language. Number 4, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason.
They say come up with a new language?
I don't think so. Oh, yeah, with a living new language, yeah. Number 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court.
Oh, one word order
Yeah.
type of shit.
7, avoid petty laws and useless officials. Oh, okay. 8, balance personal rights with social duties. 9, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite.
Whose truth?
And number 10, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Pretty interesting. It's one of these things that's kind of this weird. It's like those Cadillacs that were buried in wherever that's at, California. I don't know where it's at, Arizona, New Mexico, somewhere. And it's just that's the way I looked at the Georgia Guidestones. You know, it's just something somebody put up with. Boy, it did take a lot though, didn't it? God, dog.
So okay, and there again, and I'm just trying to be the devil's advocate. I'm not saying that what I'm saying I believe or disbelieve, but it doesn't take much to get what we're looking at done. I mean, we used to do memorials for fallen veterans or soldiers or KIAs, and we would go right to this company that did these big headstones that literally laid this thing in a machine, just carved in the words.
Yeah.
You know, Lisa said it today too. It took thought.
It took thought because there's more than just the words on these stones.
And you know, it's not ancient, you know, and it's modern, and machines built it. It wasn't built by man with a freaking rock and a stick.
How do you know all this? Are you assuming that?
I went down this whole freaking Georgia Guides. Some people will start talking about the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Some people will start
absolutely.
talking about the Rosicrucians. I think that's how you say it. Rosicrucians, something like that. But the thing that I'm shocked about and why I really wanted to talk about tonight is the fact that people had this religious context tied to it.
They huge religious context tied to it.
Like it's what's the
Satanic.
resemblance? Okay, so honestly, serious question. I'm not even attacking anybody. Where is it in there? Like, look at it. Now you just looked at their commandments, right? Or their 10 rules or whatever it is. What is the resemblance to evil? Where is it on these guidestones? Is it some kind of a geological alignment? Somebody said it was like 666 degrees away from the White House.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of thought put into it when it was built because it's a sundial and a clock.
Yep.
Every day at noon, the sun shines through a 7/8 inch hole in the center stone and illuminates the day's date
it was once a year, but
on an engraving.
Yep.
Built out of the world's, let's see, it's aligned with the stars in the earth. The monument stands at the highest point in Elberton, Georgia. The capstone on top is astronomically aligned with the North Star, and there is an additional stone to the west of the structure. On it is inscribed notes in a history of the Guidestones, made out of the world's finest granite. Let's see, let me get down here. Here's what you were talking about. In a 2015 documentary that was released, it explains the connection to the Rosicrucians, the Freemasonry, and the United Nations.
Yep. I mean, you can create, Ron, anything. Literally, I mean, so you have this structure in multiple languages, which is cool, and then 4 ancient scripts. There's people comparing a modern man-made rock. I don't care if it's the finest granite in the world. This was made with modern-day machinery.
Yeah.
And they put it up, and they made their own I mean, motorcycle clubs do this shit.
I don't disagree.
They set up their own bylaws.
They do, but they don't put stuff in Sanskrit or hieroglyphics.
I understand that, but so somebody that did this, and all they have to do is just direct it and put it there and make it a little bit of a mystery and just disappear. And then for the next 20, 30, 40 freaking years, you just sit back and watch how people create a reality based off the mystery of the lack of information. And we see that every single day when we turn on our TVs because we never have all the information. So we're forced to try to connect dots. And we all come up with a different conclusion. I don't see anywhere in this For one, I'm not going to compare this to the pyramids. I'm not going to compare this to Stonehenge. I'm not going to compare it to how many degrees away from something that it is. It's just too modern for me, and there's just too much stupid already going on. I'm way into it. I'm interested, but I just...
Yeah, so back to your statement earlier about it being how many ever degrees from D.C.
Yeah.
It says one man posting on Twitter pointed out that the Guidestones were exactly 666.78 miles from the UN headquarters.
Are they?
In New York City. He says this is not a coincidence, they wrote before quoting a QAnon influencer named QAnon John. They are obligated to show you who exactly they are. It's been right in front of our faces the whole time.
Same QAnon people that thought George Floyd was going to walk into the courtroom the day the police officer was sentenced.
Yeah,
That is a great line of credibility.
Isn't it, though?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a nasty Nelly, and I'm not trying to say I'm right, you're wrong, or you're wrong, I'm right. I'm not trying to say any of that because I don't know. I really don't. I'm just trying to look at it from different angles because there's a shit ton of different opinions on this. Some people are like, whatever. And some people it's biblical. You know?
See, that's the thing. There were people who worshiped at this thing. There were people who thought it was a satanic temple. Who knows? I mean, these things have only been there since 1979. But they were commissioned by, quote, a small group of loyal Americans through a man who used a pseudonym. Maybe that was QAnon back then too. So who knows? But those stones are huge, dude.
They are huge, but
like the pyramid stones, big old stones. But the pyramid is limestone, not granite, right?
Correct. It's limestone. Yep. Yeah, it's not granite.
Take the ball,
Hell no, dude. It's not granite. John Ward, his dig site, and it's Gebel El Silsila, if you can remember how to spell it.
Yeah, over in Egypt.
Over in Egypt. Yeah. And so their site is actually the site where they cut the stones for the pyramids. Mind you, dude, it's 100 miles away. It's 100 miles away.
Where they cut the stones for the pyramids is 100 miles away from where the pyramids are. Okay. Damn it.
So,
and you know what? There have been many, many, many thoughts about how those stones got from that place to where the pyramids are.
Can I just compare this to the Georgia Guidestones? Is because of the fact that we don't know exactly how they did this.
Yeah.
And this is an incredible feat of man. We sit here and speculate, and we have a whole planet of professors and people in academia that constantly go after one another. And then we have the alternative field of people that think beyond normal science, right? Or what is accepted science.
Do you think when they built the pyramids that people thought the same thing that you thought about these Guidestones? That they were made with normal instruments?
No, because the pyramids were made for a person.
Yeah.
Right, because they literally, the pharaohs literally
was the burial grounds.
Considered themselves gods, right?
Yeah.
So you have pharaohs competing with one another by the size of their pyramid, and I'm not a scholar. I'm sure there's a lot better answer, but I know that that's a fact.
Yeah, because all the wives' pyramids, and they do have pyramids, are all real tiny right next and around the big ones.
They fill them. They fill them with the vases full of water and food, and they put gold and they put those little mummy thingies. I can't remember. Rocky was given one from John, and they all represent. And so they build a whole army of things for them in the afterlife. And their belief system is that they build these structures because they consider themselves literal gods. If that's not psychotic enough, and then. In order for them to remain immortal, their name has to be remembered forever. And that's how they stay immortal.
It's working.
Well, it is working because, you look at these pyramids, and these pyramids are now protected items across the globe.
What generation won't know the word Tutankhamun?
Well, a lot.
They will.
Right.
Eventually.
Yep.
It'll go away and probably come back again.
Just say King Tut.
King Tut, but I understand that. But what generation... We're not there yet, but what generation will not know that name? I'm pretty sure Gen 8 already knows it.
Every generation will know of that history.
Yeah.
They talk about the 7 wonders of the world. People know one. They know one instantly, and they know it's the pyramids. But so then we speculate how they built them, and there was a lot of speculation in regards to John's community. And then we also, back with like Scotty Roberts on Intrepid Radio, there's a lot of people that came on back in those days that had theories about the pyramids, about energy conductors. They had theories about the river, the Nile River, because rivers change over time, right? They don't. It doesn't say that. See where that river is? That's where it stays forever.
Yeah,
right?
that's not the case.
It's constantly carving out the earth. And a lot of people theorize that that river went a lot closer to the pyramids back then.
And that they floated the rock.
They built boats, and they used boats to get them out there. But still, even at that time, to build a boat big enough to put 2 tons, 4 tons, 5 tons,
maybe more, dude. Those things are.
That is just to get it in the boat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it would have to be some kind of like a flat freaking boat, and you just drag it right on there. It's incredible when you look at the lifestyles in regards to ancient Egypt and the cultures and the things that John finds.
The average weight of a single stone was 2.3 metric tons.
2.3 tons.
2.5 tons. Yeah.
So you're talking almost 5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
4.6
Yeah.
thousand per stone.
That's the average weight. There were bigger and smaller.
Per stone. You know, it's weird though. You know, you think about what John does, because one time I asked John a question about whether he thought that the workers that built the pyramid or cut the blocks, if they were slaves. Again, there's going to be a percentage of people that will instantly say, yeah, they were slaves. And there's going to be a percentage of people that say, of course they weren't. It was their
calling.
humble duty,
yeah, right.
To serve their God, to make sure they go to the same place their God goes to so they can continue to worship him. And so it got into kind of a heated match in regards to them being slaves.
You and John did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. I have the right to ask the question. And I'm sure that wasn't, like somebody woke up every day and says, God, I can't wait to go out and risk my life carrying that 4,500 pound rock 300 feet up in the sky. It doesn't sound fun, but I get his point, because John and Maria have found families. They have found soldiers.
He's talking about skeletal burial remains. Yeah.
There was that one picture that was in National Geographic where they found a tomb that was underground, straight down. And water was getting in from the Nile River, so they had to get 2 pumps. We're talking about Egypt, so they didn't have the best technology. So they found a couple old beat-up pumps, and the pumps were able to get enough water out and keep it like chest level consistently, because the water kept wanting to come in from the Nile. If one pump would have went out when they went down there,
they would have drowned.
Or they would have to swim in the water, underneath the water, until they got to the hole, if they could find the hole. But they found that little casket, and that's the picture of Maria picking the casket up out of the water and handing it to John. But so they're down in chest deep water, underground, in a tomb where dead human remains have been for thousands of years. You can't see a half an inch below the water. It's so dirty. Now, I've seen some movies, and I know,
don't like to go in the water if I can't see my feet.
Dude, that is like a scary movie, and the frickin' works. That's like in action, right? But what I always wanted to do was like King Tut's tomb.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge, and Lisa, she does not support this at all, because what she's referring to is that you are dealing with a different type of spirit, right? So when I talk about investigating, it's not like going to Gettysburg. It's not like going to the Hill House. You're talking about spiritual energies that literally are probably ancient, thousands of years old, and maybe different even type of creatures, right? Because they're understanding the Book of the Dead, and their understandings of what we would consider a demon, they would consider some kind of deity, some kind of God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They worship differently. And is it regional? I don't know, right? Religion is interesting when you follow it historically and globally, how it moves. But Josh Gates went to King Tut's tomb, and it was him and 4 or 5 other people. And because you actually just go in these doors, you go down this little walkway, and then you take a right, and then the tomb is right there. Mm-hmm. And it's enclosed. And that's it. So it's not like it's a big facility. So they decided to all go in one at a time. And each person that went in there, as they went in, they all came out and they all got super sick.
Really?
Yes.
It's like the curse of the
you
mummy.
know, again, it could have been something magnetic energy,
the thing
EMF
is
energy.
I have to believe that when they sealed the tomb after they buried, the pharaoh or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that, some religious entity put, I don't want to call it a curse because I don't think that's what they called it then. They didn't put a curse on it, but they put some type of spiritual coverage, if you will, over the pyramid, over the tomb itself, that people are feeling the results of when they go down there. I mean, can you imagine the first guy, what was it, 1942 or something like that, the guy that found King Tut's tomb? I mean, this guy, he ran into a whole lot of problems.
Dude, and think about just crawling through those tunnels. Those little holes that they have to go into way deep underground, because some of them are way deep
I sent
down.
my freaking RC car right down there with a GoPro camera.
Did you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, look in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was never anybody that was ever really buried in the main pyramids.
Really?
Yeah, there's never any bodies put in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. Please correct me if I'm
Did
wrong.
they not find King Tut's mummified body in there?
I don't think King Tut was in the main tomb. I think he was in the Valley of the Kings somewhere.
You may be right. I don't know. I haven't done that kind of research.
I got to go to YouTube and check to see if somebody's saying anything. Curse or mold.
Spiritual binding, Scotty says, yeah.
Spiritual binding.
1926. Thanks, Scotty.
Very few slaves. Yeah. Scotty, you might have actually been there when we were probably doing the Situation Room. And I found great enjoyment of literally just annoying the ever-loving shit out of him. It was stimulating to me because he chewed with his mouth open.
Who?
John. Chewed like just a sow. Seriously. I mean, he smacks his lips when he eats bread.
Valley of the Kings. Thank you, Scotty.
See, I was right. Yeah. Come on. See, dude, I'm an archaeologist, Scotty.
Yeah. So the tomb was just a memorial.
It might have been the area somewhere. I don't know exactly if it was a display area.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. And there was a sex room in the main pyramids. It was just for that. I wonder if the first person that ever found that room that knew what it was, the first thing they probably did was
they probably like, what's this hanging from the ceiling?
Yeah, they're probably because there's nowhere for the air to go. So it just stays there. And I'm telling you, dude, if I ever went in the pyramids, I am grabbing a little bit of sand and taking it with me.
Can you do that? They allow that?
Did I ask? I'm coming home with sand.
You're Rocky freaking Stucci.
I'm going to come home with sand in my socks and in my pockets. And I'm going to say I was just laying on the floor and somehow it just got in there like a sweep. Could you imagine that sand that you pick up on the floor inside of a pyramid that possibly the last thing that ever touched that was a foot from 3,000 years ago?
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. I want to time travel.
Yes. There we go.
I'm going back to ancient Egypt.
I'm back to my time travel stuff. Folks, it's Thursday night. Thank you so much for joining us. We had a great time, great conversation. I loved it. More of that coming up. We do have a guest coming up with us next Thursday. But in the interim, next Tuesday night, next Wednesday night, you can catch Rocky Stucci show on Tuesday night. And are you calling it the Rocky and Lisa show?
No, Rocky. Wednesday? It's Rocky Stucci show, but yeah, it's something. I tried doing something Mona Lisa, but something.
Did you just say Moaning Lisa?
No. Yeah, I did. Yeah, so Tuesday night, current event stuff. Wednesday night, we just talk shit and have fun with it and ask stupid questions and joke around and kind of get serious. And then Thursday nights right here, Abnormal Realities every Thursday night. Look us up, iHeartRadio, abnormalrealities.com, odysseyradio.com, ODYSY. Folks, man, we love you. We appreciate you. Get on over, romikadesigns.com. Get something custom made. Get a tumbler, whatever you need. We got you covered. Love you.
Love you. See ya.